I love sliding eggs around in my carbon steel pan, but when I need to impress somebody at breakfast, I go for something a little bit more sophisticated. For many of us, poached eggs are a hidden miss. They look intimidating. The vinegar, the whirlpool, they're messy. I've been obsessing around them for the past few weeks, and I finally found a way to make them calm, repeatable, and essentially foolproof. Let's get cooking! Hey, I'm Papa Mao. I'm here to encourage and help people transition away from non-stick cookware as a way to care for their loved ones and for the environment. In this channel, I show how easy it is to cook with carbon steel and cast iron cookware. I share my experience as an everyday dad cook and as a weekend outdoor warrior. Welcome! The traditional way of poaching eggs goes something like this. Boiling water, a tablespoon of vinegar, now make a whirlpool. Drop the egg in the middle, wait 3 minutes, hope for the best, done. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you get a weird looking egg with white spider webs floating everywhere. And that's fine if you are cooking 1 egg. But what if you need 2 or 3? Now the whole tornado trick falls apart. And if you plan to use your carbon steel of cast iron pan, now you have an acidic solution sitting in your pan. And that's no bueno. It may cause flash rust unless your pan is nitrated. So the question is there an easier way? One that's calmer, repeatable, and iron friendly? Yes, there is. The first tip is quite simple. Strain the egg. That thin, watery egg white, that's what creates the spider webs. When you drop an unstrained egg into the water, that loose white separates instantly. That's the mess you saw before. Remove it, and what's left behaves completely differently, tighter. It keeps its shape a lot better, and that alone is a massive improvement in presentation. But we are not done yet, because even with a strained egg, the structure still needs help. And this is where the vinegar gets misunderstood. Now let's talk about vinegar. The classic method says add a tablespoon to the boiling water. But here's the issue. The tablespoon dilutes almost instantly. By the time the egg hits the water, it's barely doing anything. So I started experimenting by soaking the eggs first. Some recipes suggest a 50-50 vinegar and water solution, but you know me. I went pure vinegar, left it for 10 minutes, and to my surprise, the shape was great, and I couldn't taste any vinegar at all. I was quite happy with the results, so I kept going. 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes. I wanted to test the limits and find the sweet spot. 60 minutes? That's way too much. The white separated, turned into gunk. I didn't even try it. It looked disgusting. Don't even get there. 30 minutes and the egg looked too plasticky, like McDonald's type of eggs. They were rubbery and with a chewy texture, and to be honest, you could also taste a bit of vinegar there, so not recommended. 15 minutes? This egg had a beautiful shape, no weird texture and no vinegar taste, so the result was great. A little bit more firm. 10 to 15 minutes is the sweet spot to me. And here's the bonus. If you strain your eggs before adding them to the water, your pan isn't sitting in an acid bath, which makes this method far friendlier to carbon steel and cast iron. Now let's cook those eggs properly. Bring your water to just below boiling point. When you see the small bubbles forming at the bottom, that's it. Calm water gives you calm and rounded eggs. Water depth matters too. If you use a shallow pan, the egg will spread and flatten. If you use a pot with 3 to 4 inches of water, I think that's the sweet spot. The egg keeps its shape and it's gonna look more round. But if you go too deep, they race to the bottom. They can break on impact and they won't look pretty. Now, gently lift the egg from the vinegar. I find the easiest method is soaking them one by one. It uses a bit more vinegar, but it makes scooping out your eggs a lot easier. You can also dilute it 50-50 and still works fine. It may need a little bit more time. So if you normally do 10 minutes in pure vinegar, maybe try 15 with a 50-50 solution. If you're soaking several eggs in one bowl, just be careful when lifting them out. This little strainer I found is perfect for the job. Be extra gentle. Scoop the whole egg cleanly. The outer layer is set, but the inside is still raw. Lower it close to the surface of the water. This is really important. If you submerge the strainer into the water, the egg will attach to the strainer or to the spoon and it's gonna be messy. You need to drop it, but not from too high, and no whirlpool. Just let it settle. No stirring, no pushing, no babysitting. If you use a shallow pan, I did use a spoon to put some hot water on top just to help it cook evenly, but that's depending on the type of pan you use. Let the water do the work. For a runny yolk, it's about 3 minutes. For something slightly thicker, try 4 minutes. If you are serving them immediately, leave them out and blot on a towel. But if you are cooking ahead, 2 minutes in the simmering water and then straight to an ice bath to stop cooking. You could even keep them in the fridge overnight to make your breakfast easier the next morning. From the fridge, reheating hot water for about 5 minutes before serving, or back into gently simmering water for another 2 minutes. Now, here's where it all comes together and we make art. Toast, avocado, smoked salmon, a perfectly poached egg on top, coriander leaves, a few chili flakes to get that party started, a sprinkle of sea salt, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and your rating just went up 10 times. That's a $30 breakfast here in the northern beaches of Sydney. Or you can make it yourself with love. Save a few dollars and win a few hearts. That's my go-to breakfast every time I need brownie points, if you know what I mean. And if you wake up in the morning and your bread doesn't look as fresh as you would like to, don't worry. I have you covered with this little tip. Just spray a little bit of water on it, let it soak for a few seconds, and then straight to the toaster. They come out like if they were just baked. So there you go. Easy, repeatable, iron-friendly poached eggs. I hope they unlock a lot of brownie points for you. And I see you in the next one.